Jeffrey, okay, if this mutiny was a show, on many levels it still shows that there's some kind of weakness on Putin's part. If it wasn't a show, it also shows there's a weakness on Putin's part. In his entire 23 years in power, some would say that Putin has never looked weaker. Do you think that this is true?
Yes, I think it is true. However, if there's a turnaround here, he will look stronger at the end of the day. But there's another point here is that, and I think this comes to the stupidity. You look, deviousness almost for deviousness sake is become sort of the KGB mantra. Mr. Putin, we often think of Stalin and we think of Khrushchev and whatever. There's a kind of, despite Khrushchev's crudeness, there was a kind of brilliance in Khrushchev, and there was definitely a genius in Stalin. But Mr. Putin is not a genius, and the people around him, Mr. Patrushev, is just a colorless bureaucrat. They're not geniuses. We look in the West, and we look at FDR and look at Biden. Biden is this, however bad FDR is, Biden is worse. Biden is more decayed. Biden is more hideous than FDR and stupid on to the bargain. I mean, you can't say that Biden is a brilliant man. He's actually stupid. And you look at Mr. Putin and you say he is also a degenerated form of Stalin. And I think that these crazy schemes, when you go through what happened with Gorbachev and you look at these crazy schemes, you realize that we're looking at not only is the West decayed, Russia and the system of Russia has decayed. I mean, look at all whatever Gorbachev was doing in his liberalization, it backfired. They lost a lot. They were trying to trick us. I think it's quite clear that they were trying to deceive us with reunifying Germany and liberalizing, and they lost kind of control of it, right? I mean, a lot of things went wrong for them, but yet they thought, oh, well, we'll just infiltrate the West. We'll get an American president elected that'll be a closet communist. We'll get Angela Merkel, who is an East German communist. We'll get her into Germany. We'll get Macron into France, and we'll rule the world. But the thing is that all these people are not such great. They're not geniuses. And they don't know what they're doing in the end. And I think that even with their schemes, however, well, look at this is brilliant. Is it really brilliant? I think that the truth is that, this is my analysis after years of watching this. People talk about how brilliant Sun Tzu was, and it's all warfare is based on deception. You just have to deceive. It's like, no, Clausewitz was the genius, not Sun Tzu, because Clausewitz said, look, you can have this idea of winning without fighting, but you're deceiving yourself. You're going to have to fight because people will stand up against you, and you're going to have to get bloody with them. And you can't just run circles around them deceiving them because they're going to wake up and start shooting you. And of course, that's what's happened in Ukraine. I think that it breaks down the whole Sun Tzu thing. Look, if Sun Tzu was so great, why isn't China already ruling the world? Why was the West so strong? Because in war, there must be honor. In government, there must be truth. And if everything's based on deception and lies, you are discrediting your own authority. You're showing yourself to be weak in more dimension than one. And I think that's why Russia, ever since these serial deceptions have been attempted, why Russia is continually lost. And then they go to fight and they can't fight, and you wonder why they can't fight. Because when you deceive and when you lie, you also cheat and you steal, and becomes a kleptocracy. Because honesty is no longer valued.